Hello YouTube, this is Shirley426 and today we have the review of the Beastbox Torado from 52 Toys. Now, I have reviewed a few Beastbox in the past, or pretty recently. I started with the Whale Leviathan, and then I did the Landbreaker, and then the Spider, which was called Errorus, and now we have the Torado. The Torado, as far as I know, is one of the latest ones that recently came out, and Torado is a tiger, which is pretty obvious to some for some who knows that Japanese. Tora means tiger. I'm not sure what the do goes for, but still pretty gives you a nice idea regarding it. And if you have noticed, yes, this is another figure review. I have been pretty exhausted for the past few weeks, even last week, building the Masquerade Astray Red Frame Flight Unit and the Gurren Lagann kit. Definitely took a toll on me, so this week I'm taking a little bit easy on myself. So next week I will promise that there will be a kit review. Alright, so let's see what we got. So as usual, let's go over our components. So on the back, that is the box. I just wanted to mention it. The box has turned out very nice with some good mechanical details, although the front art does have a slight issue, which I will go later. And here we have the back of the box. Definitely loving the art style here. Got some descriptions and barcodes and some images regarding the toy. Other than that, here we have some of your typical stuff. So typical stuff number one, we have the three stuff: the catalog, the instruction sheet for the box charger, and then the PVC card, which you can fold it up in half. And then we have the instruction manual. Nothing too special regarding this, but once again, what they do really good regarding the Beastbox toys is that they give you instructions from beast mode to box mode, and on the other side they do the opposite, where from box mode to beast mode. So that is something I really like about, because as I mentioned before, some Transformers toys like out there from Hasbro or other companies, they don't really do that. They only show you guys once one way, and you have to do pretty much the opposite way to reverse it. And we get a card. I believe we didn't get this one for the Errorus and the Landbreaker, but still very nice art. I really like the art style regarding this. And then on the back we have some descriptions, which is pretty interesting, because it mentions that this mech has lost its memory, but thanks to his two faithful companions, which doesn't really mention who they are, he was able to take a new life and such. And regarding that, since he lost his memory, I would assume he would have low intelligence, but actually he has low defense. So yeah, which is pretty interesting. But still, really nice card. I'm not really sure like what these barcodes would do for. Maybe it's something for the future, but yeah, definitely interesting concept. And before I go over the actual review, this toy actually arrived with a extra pack called the Para Weapons, which is a set of 2 bees, a manta ray, and a mole. I think that's a mole. So yeah, they come in these orange clear plastic pieces, and apparently if you look at the back, you can combine the 4 into like some sort of super weapon going on here. So yeah, they all have these pegs and holes going on here, which allows you to combine, or if you don't like that, you can take these one on one and then attach it onto any Beastbox or Mega Box toys, because they always have these small holes where you can plug in extra stuff. I believe like the Leviathan actually was a good example regarding that. So yeah, I'm not sure like this is a special pre-order like bonus or something, but still I'm really glad that I have it. And Beastbox or 52 Toys, if you're listening, this bee design is just way too good to be just used as an artwork. Definitely, I would love to see a Beastbox of this bee. Alright, so let's go over the review. So let me get it off the stand and let's see what we got. So I believe this is their first tiger type Beastbox toy. Of course, there is another one that's coming out soon. I'm not sure if it's already out or still being on pre-order, but there is another one called the Leonardo, which is a white lion as far as I know. I'll put a picture right over here on the poster, but still, I would love to get that. But currently, there's no one selling it in Korea, so I'm gonna have to either wait or get desperate and pay about $30 to $60 of shipping fee for a $20 to $30 toy. But whatever. Let's see what we got. So here we have the cube mode, definitely pretty compact wise. And for the cube, as you saw me taking it out from the box charger, it definitely had it wasn't too tight, because I believe some like the Landbreaker, for example, if you don't do it correctly, it was a very tight fit. But this one is a pretty loose fit and pretty good size. So once again, I think I won't have any, or nobody would have any issues trying to stuff it inside the box. Alright, so without further ado, let's go with the transformation, because on the cube form or box mode, there's not much we can do with it. So let's see what we got. So what I would like to do is, number one, is to take out the tail. We'll pull out the tail, and if you pull out the tail, it should also bring out these side parts, these clear orange side parts together. Very nice. And I'm going to put these on top for now and rotate them 180 degree, because that's what you're supposed to do technically. For now, I'm going to take out the tail, and then number two, I'm going to try to extend the body. So this is actually pushable, so you can extend the body like that. And then we're going to bring out the legs out a little bit. So currently here is the back of the leg. So what you want to do is push it up front like that until you get a click noise like that. So you do the same thing on the other side until you get a click noise like that. And you're pretty much ready for the back legs. And now for the front, it's pretty straightforward. So number one, I'm going to move these to the side a little bit, because there is a locking mechanism here. There's a peg and a hole system going on here. So you want to unlock that. Bring out the head in front. And then, yeah, there we go. Just position the head wherever you want to do so, and then move the purple piece should be at the back. So when you want to move it slightly to the front, and then you want to push it back in like that, and then lower it down with the feet. So you do the same thing. So you want to move the purple front, and then move the gray part a little bit down, and then push the yellow part back in, and then reposition the legs. And then we have these purple parts. You want to move them to the side. Yes, it may seem odd, but that's the way how it is. When you first get out of the box, it may seem a little bit confusing, but yeah. And after what you're done, you just need to reposition the legs and such, and then you want to extend these parts. Yes, these are actually folded up. You want to extend them outwards, and then reposition them wherever you want, you see fit. And there we go. We have the tiger transformed. So yeah, I think they did a really good job on the engineering, but I definitely think there could be a little bit more improvements going on, such as like there's no neck joint going on here, so maybe a ball joint on the front may be good, or maybe some extra pivots on the feet might give it a little bit more play value, or maybe a little bit more range on the back legs. But still, I am digging the design concept right over here, which is why I really want to get the Leonardo as well. Alright, so let's see what we got. So let's start with the head. The head articulation, I'm not sure this should be counted as a head articulation, but it can go down a lot because of the transformation, and up a little bit more like that. Now there is no head tilt because there's no ball joint or peg going on here as well. Now one thing I was a little bit disappointed was that is the mouth. The mouth does not open that much. Yeah, you just saw that, right? It only opens like a few millimeters like that. So I wish it would open a little bit more. But I think they did a pretty good job on the clear parts on the head, because we get a nice light piping going on here. Sorry if I blinded you, but still, really nice. So the front legs are pretty good. They are connected on ball joints as far as I know, so which is why we can move the side to side, forward and backwards shoulder movement a little bit, and then 360 twist should be possible. Of course, you're gonna have to work your way through to do a full 360, but you get the idea. And then we have two moving points. Number one is the purple place like that, as I mentioned, and then we have the lower section right over here. And if you want to count, we also have a claw bend or toe bend, whatever you call it. One thing I found a little bit interesting is that regarding this one is that this is the area where it's also had the situation, but I'm seeing much more screws on this toy, because I believe the Landbreaker and the Leviathan didn't have any screws, mostly pins, but still I think this one is showing much more screws compared to pins. And here is one of those holes where you can attach other stuff if you want to do so. These parts are connected to ball joints, which is why you are able to move it up and down and rotate them 360. I'm going to assume these are either blasters or some sort of scanners going on here. Regarding the art, because as I mentioned on the front of box art, this is the same art, but I think they kind of messed up a little bit here, because you can see the left legs, the front. If you compare the front leg on the left side and on the other side, they are different designs, which is, I think that was a slightly mistake, but oh well, I'm not going to be too picky on that. And then on the back of the legs, we also these are also connected to ball joints as well, so which is why we have a forward and backward movement, and we can rotate 360 if you can work your way around, or yeah, but still we have plenty of movement. And once again, we have another articulation point on the purple section right over here. No articulation on the yellow part, but we do still have the toe bend going on here, so which is why this is what you use to, you know, kind of balance the toy out. and then the back section right over here. So here we have a ball joint connection, which allows you to pretty much move anywhere you want, but then there's also a hinge joint on the back of the leg or on the sides, which allows us to move a good amount of range. And then on the back of the head, on the back we have some sort of symbol going on here, which each Beastbox toys have these symbols. And then on the tail we have a hinge joint on the connection, and then another hinge joint here, and then another hinge joint here. So yeah, the tail is pretty movable as well. Now if you look at the bottom, there's no actual hole to attach an action base. So if you want to have this thing like airborne and such, you probably want to get one of these things which has the claw on it, and then you can pretty much lay it down on the claw and have it airborne as well. And those wings being on the hinge joint actually do help a lot, because once you move the legs a little bit back, it's gonna be lowered down like that. So you can move the hinge and then reposition them to make them look pretty good. Let me just balance this out, and there you go. You have like some sort of a leaping or pouncing pose as well. And that's pretty much it for the review. So definitely, being their first tiger type, mech toy, I think they did a pretty good job. But there's definitely some areas where they can improve the toy as well. I'm not expecting like super articulation, but maybe a few extra more articulation, so it could have a little bit more a better time posing. Because sometimes I actually did have trouble posing this toy as well. But still, if you are interested, definitely do try it out. And anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. This was the review of the 52 Toys Beastbox Torado. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.